Well, we're back, America. We are back on a, what is it now?
It's a Sip 'em Slow Sunday,
Sip 'em
folks.
Slow Sunday officially.
Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers on a Sip 'em Slowly.
Both have pink drinks.
Yes, we're both with it.
Oh my God, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
Succulents.
So this segment brought to you by
Succulents.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar
Triple
Major
Sec.
Melon
Yep, and Triple Sec.
Triple Sec.
Triple Sec.
What brand Triple Sec is that?
This is Orange Liqueur by Arrow.
By Arrow. Only the best of the best for us.
Yeah, only the top shelf in the Dago bar.
I really have a thing for mixing diet soda and drinkies. Okay.
You do. But we only do it one night a week, so it's not bad.
But this was more of a necessity invention.
I think it was.
So I found the soda,
Yeah.
but then it was like, all right, what do we have to go in it?
Yeah. So
You found the Triple Sec.
Triple Sec. It's nice to have the Dago bar always got something for you. But I'm gonna have to restock because these are two of my favorites. That and the pin.
It was pretty low down there.
It was.
It was. I didn't think we were coming out.
I gave you till midnight. I was telling myself, if he doesn't text me by midnight, he's not coming out. So I closed the garage.
So you wanted to do a show on
Yeah,
that
but
too?
I was going to let you do. I was going to try and talk. If you don't want to come out, you don't come out. So I was like, if he texts me, I know he wants to do it. So I don't feel guilty about dragging him out. So he texts me at 12.
You feel guilty about dragging me out?
If I ever drag you out, I feel guilty about that. I don't want to drag you out. If you don't want to be here, don't do it. It's fine.
If I come down, it's because I want to be here. It doesn't mean I don't have a little bit tugging at me, like, oh, I should be spending time with Casey or
We've all
something.
got things to
But
tug on.
I always,
Well,
want,
that tug
I always
on.
want to be here.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't feel bad, but I know if he texts me, definitely. But the thing was, he texted me 26 minutes after I closed the garage. So
Really?
yeah, like I waited till midnight. The garage was open till
Did I
midnight.
text you after midnight?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
my bad, dude. I should.
I was up.
I was waiting for John to fall asleep.
I was watching The Patriot, which is one of my favorite movies. It's my favorite. One of my favorite times is the 4th of July. And they have all these movies that I watch. This, the Johnny Tremaine Disney thing is excellent for kids. You want to teach them about U.S. history. That's a good kind of icebreaker for kids. It's about an hour long. It's about the Sons of Liberty and the Tea Party and everything. And the Battle of Lexington and Concord today. Greatest mystery. Who fired the first shot? The American Revolution. Nobody knows to this day. So, any event, those get me fired up for the next week. Next week's gonna be so much fun for both of us, really. Vacation comes up.
can't wait.
It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to
I
see
need to
it.
get my head right, though, man. I want to,
Enjoy it.
yeah.
Yeah. And again,
I don't want dumb shit to get in the way.
no, but this just tells me how much you love your son because you're thinking this much about it. That's a good sign, not a bad sign. That means you care.
Well, I mean,
If you didn't care, I'd be more concerned.
so one of the real tough parts about parenthood, I feel like, is when do you let your kid be a kid, and when do you help him grow up?
True.
And it's like every day is like constant moments of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're so caught up in helping them grow up and helping them be independent, then you spend all your waking hours correcting and telling them what they're doing wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Because they're constantly doing shit wrong. They've never done it. But then, on the other side of things,
But the first time is okay. It's when it gets repetitive.
I know.
And it's something they should have learned by now. Like, this isn't something that
Well,
happened.
I'm not saying you should never help them grow up. I'm saying it's tough to pick and choose your spots. And sometimes things set you off. And in a moment where you should have let them be a kid, you try to help them grow up. And that's when it clashes. That's the struggle I feel between me and my son,
Okay.
So
Yeah, I get
hopefully
that.
I
I
can
can see that.
work through that with him.
With Anthony, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. There's none. It's almost schizophrenic. Like, it's like 1 minute he's high-fiving me and we're doing something, we're laughing about something. The next minute he does something that sets me off. Or I do something he didn't want me to do. Why would you think I'd want that for lunch? I'm like, because you like ham and cheese? Why didn't you ask me? And you go, well, when I do ask you, you say I don't know. So when I guess, a lot of times I guess right. But for some reason today, I didn't guess right.
And he's yelling at you.
Then he yells, and then you get mad. Like, what the fuck are you yelling at me for? I just made you a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
You ungrateful little shit. Make it yourself. And that's what ends up happening. So, but we could have 20 minutes before. We could have been playing a video game, having a great time.
And see, I need to get better about just like shaking those moments off.
It's not easy.
Getting my piece out to my son, but not letting it linger, like the cranberries.
I was like, and I said I was telling him off air how I learned how to manage this better. I still screw it up every now and then.
Fucking guy.
But what I was trying to say was, I've gotten better at it still happens from time to time, but I've gotten better at minimizing the damage. So I say something that sometimes doesn't work every time. It's a case-by-case basis. Let's be clear here. But there are some things he does, like where he leaves his scooter out overnight. This is not the first time he's been warned on this, right? And then you come out and you don't think it's there, and you're not looking, and you step on it. In that moment, you have to be like, all right, is it worth me going in there right now and laying into him at 8 o'clock in the morning, leaving before he's half asleep about this now?
Well, that's not what I'm talking about.
So,
a fucking scooter
that you stepped on and hurt your foot?
I'm not saying I wouldn't be
after,
mad.
After you told him how many times to put the thing away when you're done using it.
I'm super mad
and he leaves. Well, no, that's just the kind of shit.
I'm talking about the disrespect, the flat out to your face disrespect. That's the shit that triggers me. I mean, sure, I'll get pissed if I step on something they left out, but I'm not going to be thinking about it 3 hours later.
No, but I'm in that moment. I have to make a decision. Do I want to escalate this now? Is it worth it? That's what I'm saying.
See, some things that trigger me is when he hits his sister.
Oh, that would trigger me too.
That triggers me. Yeah. You know, but I also think like she can handle herself, and when they get into it, it is brother and sister.
Yeah. I
shouldn't think of it as like they don't know each other and they're putting their hands on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should never hit his sister.
No.
But sometimes I look and she is fucking with him. You know,
girls
like in the pool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
girls aren't innocent here. They think they are, but they start almost as many, if not as many.
But like today, so she was grabbing him and trying to take the ball from him. He bit her. Yeah. And I was just like, that's the line, though.
Yeah, you can't bite her.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had hit her, I would have been pissed at you.
Yeah.
But you bit her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was bad.
Don't do that. He didn't break skin or anything.
To me, that wasn't a little thing. When Casey told me that, I was like, he what?
Yeah.
He bit her? Mm-hmm. I said, what did Tom do? I figured Tom hauled off at that point. I wouldn't have blamed him. I'm like,
I didn't haul off. I just said, get out.
Yeah.
I just said, get out. I said, I'm taking him home. Casey came right, but then it started on the ride home. That's when I got bad. Because he asked me to make him lunch.
Didn't you just have it?
Yeah, exactly. No, I didn't. My anger clouded my sense of humor, my comedic timing. But yeah, you know, I started telling him how weak it is to bite a girl, to bite anyone really. And then he started laying into me about how I'm the least favorite parent, and I always make him feel bad.
Oh yeah, they try to turn around like they're the victim. The victim is the person who's bit, by the way.
Yeah. I know, but then I feel bad because I love the kid.
I know that.
You know,
he knows that too. Like honestly, and our kids, if we didn't love you, you'd be dead already. We'd have killed you. We killed you a long time ago. So obviously we love you because we thought about killing you.
I'm not a killer.
Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've planned their death in my head.
Oh my God! But
it's never happened.
On air.
It'll never happen. I love them.
I'm not saying it will ever happen.
I love them. It'll never happen.
I love them. That's not why I'm telling
you. That's just how you get mad. No, but you get that mad sometimes.
I don't get that mad.
When they disrespect you, I do.
I mean,
I do. I'm like, what'd you say to me? And then, especially like he said, after you did something nice for them, and I did not appreciate it, they blasted you for it. Now you really lose your shit. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? I slaved over this stove for 2 hours for something you told me you liked, and now you don't like it, and you're yelling at me for it? Oh no. No.
I mean, I guess the weird thing is, it's like
no. And again, it's a case by case basis. That one there, I think, would set most people off. So
the thing is this: some of the shit he says to me, I thought about my dad.
But you're not your
dad. I never said it to him. I never said it to my dad like that. So I really need to think about it next time I take it so personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought a lot of these things about my dad too, and I love the fuck out of my dad. You know what I mean? So I think when he disrespects me straight to my face, when I get angry, what I always talk about is how you shouldn't talk like that to me. I would never talk like that to my dad. But in reality, I think I'm more hurt because I think he actually feels that way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do.
But I think I need to stop taking that so personally. He's just angry saying shit. Trying to get under my skin, trying to make me mad.
I remember feeling that way about my father Many times I'd have to whip my ass.
Yeah.
But then I always came down from that. It didn't last long because I kept telling myself, if he didn't love me, first of all, he'd never show he cares. I could do whatever I wanted. He wouldn't even flinch if he didn't care. So clearly he cares. And that's how I justified it. And that's how I learned from it. Because, okay, we're not going to agree on everything, but he knows more. He knows more than me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and I think that's actually, you know what's funny? I think that's where my whole need for, whenever I get into a discussion about something, about give me facts, don't give me your opinion. I think that's where it manifested itself with my father. Because I kept coming back to this whole thing. Well, first of all, he loves you, he cares, because he, you know, so, because he wouldn't, if he didn't, he wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
He never would. So, or he wouldn't ask how my day was, or how if he didn't actually care. You know, he was consistent with that. Every day I saw him, he asked me, how's your day going? Like, he did it every fucking day. And I didn't think much of it at the time, but if you're asking that question every day, you generally mean it.
Yeah.
So that's not, you know. So he did care, you know, and he was tough on me. And thank God he was. Because I learned things that honestly, and this is where I'm like him, he knew me. He knew and that's how he learned it from his dad. So, but they had a great...
He learned it from his father.
Yeah. And his father before him.
Let the boy watch. Let him watch.
Just when you think we've escaped, let the boy watch. No, you get sucked back in. And why? Because the boy got to learn, like I learned from my...
I need to spend this week building. I gotta build.
Building.
I gotta build.
Build. What are we building again?
Connections.
Connections.
Build the connection now, and then when you go on vacation, the vibe is
Good.
Vibe is where you want it.
I mean, it's awesome when you know you're going someplace that you love to be. Like I've always loved Cape Cod. So when that never gets old. And there's just something about being there maybe it's me because I have this thing about history, and so you kind of sometimes feel like you're walking back in time. And it's kind of cool.
History.
I know you don't. What about biology, Jim?
Biology.
Don't know much about the. No. Science books? No.
That might be it. I was about
Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you.
It's a great song.
It actually is a great song. I think that's the line. Yeah.
I was playing pickleball this morning and that song came on somebody's speaker.
Yeah. That's one of those you just belt out. Even if you can't sing, you just belt that song out because it's that song.
Nobody really acknowledges the music that much. Well, that's not true.
You know, once upon a time, I heard this in a movie. I forget which one it was. Actually, I've heard it in multiple movies, how music can save the world. And I laughed at that when I was a kid. But as I get older...
It's a connector.
It's a connector. It really is. I've seen it. He's been to a lot of concerts, too. You feel it at a concert. You really do. If you like that artist, oh, yeah. It's a connector. It brings people all... It does.
Okay, so you know what a great debate is?
What?
I don't know that people have this debate. Maybe we'll be the first debate. Probably not. Dear God, it's Sip 'em Slow Sunday.
Oh, sorry.
What the hell are you doing?
It was delicious. I couldn't help myself.
Calm down. Jesus.
I was happy.
Oof.
I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man.
Here's the debate people don't have.
What?
What's the best connector? Okay? Music, food, sports.
Ooh.
What are the other connectors? Language. I wouldn't say language. Movies?
Movies is a pretty good one.
I
Entertainment.
guess you should say art.
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 Yeah.
Art is a connector, and that could be. But see, if you say art, that includes music.
It kind of does.
Music has to be on its own.
Yeah.
Maybe movies.
People do TV shows. People always talk about what they're watching now, like what series they're on. TV shows is a big one. Get that a lot.
So shows and movies.
Yeah, shows and movies.
What would you say?
I'd give them a category of their own.
Entertainment.
Yeah, but different than like music is entertainment, but it's a different form of
Right,
entertainment.
different.
Yeah.
Because
But that conversation comes up a lot more often than you'd think.
Oh yeah.
It does. So.
What are you watching?
Yeah, what he's watching now. Oh, you should say we check this out. We just finished watching that. This happens on a weekly basis.
So what's another connector? Work. Would you call work a connect? Work. That's not the same.
It's not.
It is a connector, but in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, we all have to work. And what's connected, we were all depressed about it. So it's like, because even if you like your job, you still hate the fact you have to fucking work. It's just, you hate it. But it's just like it's a necessary evil.
Dude,
so you tolerate it.
See, I've gotten to a better place where I actually I don't dread working anymore, which is crazy, dude.
I don't dread working.
There was a time I dreaded going to work. That's a bad feeling.
Yeah, I mean, work by itself doesn't bother me. When you do sales,
yeah,
it's hard to get kicked in the balls 100 times a day, metaphorically speaking, and still have your confidence at the end of the day.
Unless you're an S&M expert like this man.
Unless you fear something more.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But see, like, for me, people leading was a job I hated. Outside, I've done outdoor work, dreaded it.
Yeah.
I've done call center work on the phones, loved some of it, dreaded a lot of it.
Yeah.
But people leadership was my biggest dread. Oof.
Yeah, that was rough.
The stress. I wish I cared about too much dumb shit.
Yeah, you can't. It is really hard to manage people.
Yeah.
It really is.
To be a real inspirational.
To be a good manager. Because you have to accept the fact, first and foremost, no matter what you do, you're not going to please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you please most of them, right? Like, how do you?
People are not going to like you.
Nope.
And you're not going to like people that you have to
when
be
there's
fair
something
to.
above your pay grade that you can't fix, they're going to blame you like you're incompetent, even though they know in their heart, well, that's really, he can't fix that.
Yeah.
So, but that's a tough one to deal with.
But then the other part that people don't talk about is, maybe they do, but you're going to have to be a good manager to people you don't like.
Yeah.
That's tough. When somebody's just a pain in your ass, you still have to be fair to them.
Mm-hmm.
People don't talk about that.
That's very difficult to do.
Like when you actually genuinely don't like somebody you're managing, you can't let that get in the way.
See, the good
you gotta
thing,
be fair.
at least in my situation, when I became a manager down here, I got to hire everybody. So I had the choice to put them on my team. So it was different. I didn't have
Did
that.
you get to see them work beforehand?
No, and a lot of them didn't work out in the beginning because they didn't understand what it took.
Because you don't know who somebody is.
The reason they signed up was they heard that the potential to earn $100,000 a year, and you're going to have a base salary anyway. So it's not like you had nothing. So that's what got them to join. But then they realized it was actual work, like it was hard. And then they didn't realize, I don't get handed $100,000 a year for showing up. No, you don't. Because only 3% of the country makes $100,000 a year, one person, if it's in a household. 3% of this country earns that money. So you want to be in the 3%? Only 3% of the country earns $100,000 a year, or more.
Are you sure about that?
Yep, I've looked it up. Only 3%.
Can we fact check that?
Go ahead.
That's a shocking number.
Less than 5% of the country controls 90% of the wealth. So no, it isn't. When you think about it, no, it isn't. Yeah. Okay, so it is not. So and most
in my head, it was when you said it. Yeah. It was shocking.
No.
Well, it's not shocking to you.
No.
It was shocking hearing.
So, because my first year, I made that number, but I was not the majority of people that made that number. I was in the minority. That's how I got promoted. Because to make that kind of money, you got to work your ass off and be really good at what you do. So. And you got to be willing to work for it. So, at that point, I was I had a bad experience in my previous job, so I was like, I'm getting this right. I'm not leaving anything to chance. And it was probably was why the biggest reason why I was so successful. I didn't leave. I put in the overtime on this. I am getting this right. So,
okay, so it's actually 37% of U.S. households.
I'm talking about single person income, not a family. Families, one person, like an individual. How many individuals actually earn that money by themselves? That's what I'm saying. Not families, not incomes. No, there's more than 3% as a household. Like both people working, there's more than that.
But is that a singular person?
No.
Not a household?
It's not.
No.
If you do it just by individuals, forget if they're married or not.
Right.
Just what does that one person make?
Well, because
3%.
A lot of those individuals are like part of families.
I'm saying
right?
but only 3% of the individual workers in this country. They could count my wife in both categories. What do we both bring home individually per year on average versus what are we together? Okay, this is every individual. Okay, every individual that's working in this country and getting a paycheck. That's what the stat is. 3% of them make over $100,000 a year. That's the number. So at least that's what it was in 2018.
It says 18%.
All right. Well, in 2018, which is 6 years ago, that was what the number was. So if it's 18% now, great. Okay, that probably means people stayed with their companies and they've been promoted.
Yeah.
That's probably what it means. Okay.
It still just stinks that it's not more than that.
Well, one of the things that and I don't like to talk politics, as you know, but one of the things that I was always waiting for, and it's never happened, I've never seen at least a candidate on either side of the aisle run on this, was the annual 2% raise based on performance. So every year you performed, you got a 2% raise across all of America. Because what that would have done, and I was wanting this 30 years ago, when the cost of living went up, which if you study history, you knew
3%.
You knew it was going to go up because it's gone up every year. So at some point, like my father bought a Corvette for $33,000 back in 1987. That car is now worth $77,000. Same car, okay? So we bought our house for $175,000. They sold it for $400,000. Okay, I bought this house for a certain amount. It's worth not almost half. It's over that now, way over. And I've had it 6 years because of what's gone on around it. So, I mean, this is the thing. With work and the ever-changing and rising cost of living, if you had a 2% raise annually, based on performance...
Corporations do that already.
Not most of them don't. No. None of the ones I've been in, none of them.
You haven't been in big enough corps, then.
I haven't, but none of the...
one.
That's a big one. There's not a lot of big...
I'm talking about big ones.
There's not a lot of big ones out there. Compared to the smaller businesses and the mid-sized businesses, there's way more of them than there are big corporations.
Yeah.
So
I know, but the big corporations employ so many people.
Look at that 18%.
Yeah.
That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is,
because at my company, if you meet expectations,
you should get something.
You get a raise,
and I think that's the right thing to do.
Around 3%.
But that does not happen. Okay, so if they issue this one thing, look, it's based on performance. You got to hit a certain number. You got to hit a certain number. But if you're meeting a certain barometer, you should get that 2% raise every year you did it. Because if they could do that, then you know what happens? Then at the cost of living, they can keep up with it. The average, the minimum wage used to be $15 or is $15. The cost of living, the living wage in this country is $24 an hour now. It's not. They've been arguing about this $15 an hour forever. The actual cost of living cost in this country is $24 an hour. So think about that for a minute. You want to know why the dam's broken? Because this shit doesn't happen. Yeah. Okay? Which is why I've gone into sales jobs, because my ceiling is not a ceiling. Okay, I can get higher than what I need to if I bust my butt and I do all that stuff. And that's what I did. That's why I was so successful. So
I think I need another sipper.
We do. We
gotta
do.
Sip something slow.
I know, that was so good though.
It was too small.
I know. Well, we don't have any more fruit drinks, do we? We have beers.
I don't even know that I feel like one.
I know. This was so good.
It was.
It was. I mean, if I had any.
I don't think we push it.
What?
I don't think we push it.
We shouldn't?
No, it's like if we don't have anything good.
What if we do?
What do we have?
We might have lemonade. On the rocks with that?
Oh, well, fucking get it. Get that shit. I was genuinely moved.
Oh my God.
I was generally aroused.
You couldn't have rehearsed that. See, JJ Redick, it's got to be like that. That's genuine.
That's genuine
arousal. It was like,
that is genuine arousal.
That was genuine. That was real. That's why it was so fucking funny.
With lemonade, a little bit of that on the rocks.
Yeah.
Ooh. It just came out of me.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that got on tape.
All right, let's see if it's in there now. Now I'm going to be fucking disappointed.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
Are we not?
Oh, we stay on?
Yeah, keep this rolling.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait.
It's gold.
Hold on. Wait. No, they're not in there. They're cans.
Okay.
Are
they diet?
No, they're not.
God damn it, I don't want all that sugar right now.
Well, it's lemonade.
I know, but we had diet lemonades. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we're out of those.
No way.
There's that super sweet limoncello.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's too syrupy.
Neon
Too syrupy,
beer.
not sweet enough.
What are we about to drink?
Well, I was thinking triple sec with whatever it was.
Oh, that's right. I
All
don't
right.
know.
It's Minute Maid lemonade in those blue cans.
I know, it's a ton of sugar.
You know, listen, the Diet Pepsi's just as bad in its own way.
But it doesn't do the same thing to my, whatchamacallit.
I don't know. What do you call it?
You know, my digestive tract.
Whatchamacallit implies that I don't know what to call it either.
Sugar makes me feel worse in the morning, too.
Then we won't do it. Because we
I
don't.
know, I'm being a bitch, I'm sorry.
He's being a little.
I'm being a fucking bitch.
They're in the house. I have to go get them. And get more racing
We
anyway.
got a little mini screwball in here.
What?
Sorry, are you not sitting down because I'm in the
Yes!
sorry, Corona.
Yeah.
90 calories? What are these?
Those are, I don't know.
Did you buy these?
Screwball. I think my Becky did. A long time ago.
Can I have one?
Yeah. You can have whatever's in here.
Seems like it'll be light.
You can have whatever's in there. So,
Penny likes our set.
does she?
Yeah, I was watching the episodes with her.
I'm coming home soon. Sam, Cherry Wheat, one of the best. Coming home.
Me too. Me too. Right to premiere.
The premiere.
No, but Penny was like, I love how it's like half your jerseys and half his jerseys.
Yeah. We got to get him a Patrick Ewing. You got to get a Ewing up there.
I haven't had a Ewing in
You
so
got to get a
long.
Ewing for the set, if nothing else.
The thing is, I kind of stopped wearing. Well, I was.
That's why you put it on the set.
Yeah.
You're not really wearing it, but it's here. You know.
I know. The thing is,
I still, he'll never do it. I still wish he'd get. I wish he would get a Lawrence Taylor. He'll never do it, but I wish he would. That'd be so cool to have Taylor and
I feel
Brady.
like it's fake.
It's not fake. You've been a Giants fan your whole life.
Mm-mm.
Who were you
No, I haven't.
first?
No one. I wasn't that into football until like the end of high school.
And he calls me technical. So 20 years, 23 years. So was a generation fucking long enough? You fucking.
Pretty much.
Well, you know, I didn't start out that way. I was 16 or 17
No, but I'm
years above
saying,
ground.
Lawrence Taylor was retired.
He's a giant.
I didn't see him.
I never saw Bill Russell play. Out of respect, he's right there. That dude broke that right there. 11
All right, well,
championships.
look, you know what present to get me?
Standard.
You know what present to get me?
Done.
I put it right up there.
I'm gonna do it.
I need a Ewing, and
They gotta-
I need a Piazza.
Think they can make it in orange and
I need a
blue.
David Wright.
Think they can make the Ewing in orange and blue. Wouldn't that look cool?
Well, I hope so.
You know how they did the orange and blue this year? How that, when the Knicks did that, it was orange uniform with the blue. Did you remember seeing that when they did it?
No.
They did it, yeah, they did it at least once this year.
No, don't give me an orange jersey.
With blue?
No.
Why not?
Classic, bro.
I think it was pretty cool retro.
No, so for a Knicks jersey, you either go.
There's only two ways to go other than that.
No, there's
Blue
not.
or white.
No, they have different ones.
What do they have? They have black?
They did have a black at one.
Would
point.
black look cool?
No, you got to go with the classic.
So it's either blue or white then.
Well, so now they actually, it's not classic. They have a navy. That's really nice. It's clean.
So you'd be okay with the navy?
I would.
So it doesn't have to be, if it's navy or, okay.
I think the navy actually looks cleaner than
Navy
the
blue
old,
looks
like,
better than regular blue.
like that bright
Yeah.
blue.
When the
kinda like-
Patriots went to navy, that dark
Although,
blue.
I mean, that one's not bad.
It's
I-
not
I
bad.
like that blue.
Yeah, it's
but
not
they have a
bad.
darker one now.
It's legit blue. But the Patriots one is sharp. When they went to that with the silver numbering, and that was when they looked mean. They looked mean.
See this one?
That's black, isn't it?
No, that's navy.
That's navy.
Yeah, that's like
That's
my favorite
dark.
jersey.
Okay. All right, we can do a Ewing in that. Do a Ewing.
I almost want a Brunson in it.
You got to do Ewing first. He's your favorite player of all time.
I know.
You can't not do that. Like, I don't have Larry Bird up here for one reason, because Bill Russell is Bill Russell.
I didn't see the orange jersey this year.
I swear they did it once. I don't remember when. Maybe it was
See, here's a black one that's kind of similar to my Mets
Mets.
black one.
Yeah. There's Ewing right
See,
there.
that's the old school
That's the
Ewing
old school,
jersey.
yeah. No orange. Huh. I thought I saw an orange jersey once.
I don't think it would look good.
I think it would. Syracuse had awesome Ewings with the blue, the orange and blue. The orange man looked cool.
Sometimes the orange is just too much.
They're one of the few teams that has it. Syracuse. That's why it stands out.
Yeah.
and they had that slick looking, like electric, that what do you call it, retro orange look? Not this classic, orange like the fruit orange. No, it was more like a retro orange. It looked cool.
What's the retro orange?
It's like a darker orange, and then it had the navy blue stripes. It was pretty nasty, pretty cool looking. So I don't know if the Knicks ever did it or would do anything like that, but I think that'd be kind of cool looking.
Did you see this? No, I'm not going to bring that up.
What?
Nope.
What? You're not going to bring it up?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Well,
All right, this is intriguing, America.
baseball standings?
I don't want to talk about that.
No.
I'm in a good mood.
I know. This other thing would put you in a bad mood, too. That's
What
why I
if-
was trying to switch.
Wow, is it basketball related?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, what now?
Nothing. No, nothing happened. It's nothing like that.
Oh.
It's just something somebody said. That's just,
Oh, one of those. Yeah, no good.
not worth talking about.
No bueno.
No buenista.
Anyway, it's a slow sipping Sunday.
Sip 'em slow. You're never going to get it right.
Slow
You act
sippin'.
like it was the best name ever. And
It
you-
is the best
and
name
you
ever.
haven't said it right
Slow
once.
sippin' Sunday.
No, that's not it. Sip 'em slow Sunday.
Why can't both be true? It's the same thing.
It's not.
How is it not?
One flows, the other doesn't. Sip 'em slow Sunday.
I think a slow sipping Sunday is
No,
quite the mind.
no.
I vehemently disagree.
I mean, it's no surprise.
every time we see each other, we're like on Sundays, we're like, you doing a slow sipping? No, I'm doing a sip 'em slow.
No, I'm sipping slow.
I'm sipping 'em slow. What are you?
Oh, you're slow
What are you
sipping 'em?
slow sipping them?
Yeah, nobody's slow sipping. What you doing?
I can't
I'm
wait for
slow
you to say
slipping.
that out loud in front of other people. Well, who gives a shit?
Are you slow slipping over there?
What are you sipping them slow?
Are you slow sipping?
I want to see the reaction of the first human that hears us argue about this. Oh, that's gonna be priceless.
When I pull a dictionary out, I go, look, there's no way you would put slipping in front of sipping ever.
Ever followed by slow? No.
Look at the way this sentence breaks down. You have noun, consonant, yowzes. Now, subject, predicate,
which is the noun.
predicate.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Consonant.
We have to predict who's going to be the person that is in the middle of this.
No one's going to give two shits.
They're gonna do what these two idiots are arguing about now.
Us argue.
Never.
I always love those times when you're like, I mean, dude, I can let stuff go. Like, I don't have to be right about stuff.
I just don't have to be wrong.
No, I love when you say things like, dude, I don't argue about things unless I really know about them. Like,
That's true.
I could bring something up that you've never, ever heard of, and we'd be in an argument
Like
about
what?
it within 30 seconds.
Give me an example.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, give me an example.
No. You know it's true.
No, I don't know that.
Give me an example. We're always arguing. Like what just happened?
We don't always argue.
Us arguing about sipping slow.
I was kidding about
sipping
that.
slow. No, but
Versus slow
But you're
sipping.
admitting that we are going to argue about that one day.
Yeah, because we'll be stupid one day, we'll be drunk or high. But normally we're not like that. We wouldn't argue about that.
Yes, we would.
No.
When one of us is in a bad mood, anything can happen.
Now that I don't disagree with. Mm-hmm. I don't. The record is
The streak
intact.
continues.
The streak-
Actually, that's my first one tonight.
That's
We
true.
record multiple episodes.
So what? That's part of one show. Remember, it's segment 1 and segment 2. It's one
Okay,
show.
Okay.
It's not this episode.
See, I was wondering if that was a fake record, but now that
Oh,
I realize
man.
that's how you were. Oh, please.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
Roast beef.
All right. Oh, man, that is trash.
It's terrible.
I can't believe you do that on air.
Swamp ass.
I can't believe you do that on
I
air.
didn't do that. You
Oh,
did.
man. That cherry wheat's kicking in. Jesus. Terrible. My God.
Oh no! But the best part, he tries to blame me for it. Because no one believes him, but yet he doesn't.
It's a joke.
I know it's funny.
That's why one time we were talking about lying. You know, hey, you shouldn't lie with the kids or whatever. And Dad was like, and John was like, well, you lie, Dad. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you always blame us for your farts. And I was like, that's a fucking joke. And that's not
Still lying,
it's
Dad.
not a legitimate lie.
Still
Like,
lying, Dad.
you lied, Dad. Remember last week when you farted and looked at me and
When
said,
you busted
"John,
ass in the
how'd
kitchen,
you-" like, I was
causing
like,
the picture to fall off the wall.
I was like,
the dog to hurtle the couch.
if that's what we're deeming a
Oh.
lie today, my God.
Yeah, sarcasm still exists. We need to be more leery of it. With people
Leery?
leery of it. Yeah, it's out there. Sarcasm, it's okay. Not everybody.
I thought Larry meant, beware of it.
Be prepared for it. Maybe that's the wrong word.
Okay.
But don't act like it's or. Not everybody means what they say. A lot of times they're just trying to ease the tension. Tell a joke, everybody just laugh a little bit. That
I can't
person
remember how we got
is that person who goes, you can't say that, and you're like, oh, for Christ's sake. Yeah, it's whatever.
Crying out loud.
But anyway, how do we get there? I don't know how we got there. We never know.
You're starting to.
Oh, it was
You're starting to tailspin.
it was how we would always argue. We're gonna argue. I don't think
That was a while back.
we don't always argue.
Yeah, we do.
Nah, you think so?
It feels like it sometimes. So there are days where we're both in a good mood,
Yeah,
and those are those days where we go, man, that was fun.
yeah.
And then there are those days where one of us is in a bad mood and one of us is in a good mood. Those we spend arguing. What do you think?
I don't disagree with that.
I mean, not like vehemently, like.
I mean,
It's not like I'll kill you arguing.
No,
it's just
it's-
like sometimes we engage in banter that we could have moved on from. I know I'm guilty of it.
oh no, I'm guilty of it. It's just sometimes stupid things set me off. It's like you're at the edge of your rope,
Right.
and he says something that 9 times out of 10 doesn't bother me, but it's that moment, and I'm like, you know what? I think I need to.
But see, for me, it's not even that.
terrible.
It's I'm in a bad mood from something else.
Yeah.
You
Well, I'm
know,
generally
it's less
in a bad,
about the commentary that's happening.
it's generally because I'm in a bad mood.
Right.
What that could be. I mean, my work's very stressful, so oftentimes I come home and I need to unwind before I do anything. And my wife doesn't get that because she's never sold anything in her life, so she doesn't understand
The head fuck that it is.
Friday, here's an example. Friday, I made 78 outbound calls. I took 35 inbound
Oh
calls.
damn!
I had one sale.
You were on the phone all goddamn
So
day.
think about what I just said to you. We're talking 100 something.
1%.
Less than 1%. 78 outbound calls, 35 inbound calls. That's over 100 calls. I had one sale, and that wasn't even on one of my
It's
calls.
like 0.96%.
It was a demo that was sold that I had set up a month ago, and they finally bought the fucking thing. So nothing happened that day. So technically, I went over 100 and something.
Yeah.
So you think that might set you off a little? Or you might be a little agitated when you come home. And you're nice to everyone.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many ways a person you can be told to go fuck yourself in a day. And those words never actually come out of the person's mouth.
Yeah.
So, and then you get the people that want it but can't afford it, which really drives you crazy because you actually sold that person on it, but they can't pay for it. That's even worse. It's just like, so, because you did your job, but you had nothing to show for it. So, this is the mind fuck that is sales. And anybody that's been a salesman knows exactly what I'm talking
Sale.
about. So, you come home and you're in a bad mood. And then you come, what's the first thing you see? Your son is duct taping something to the ceiling that, what the fuck, and you just, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's your first reaction. And it's not the right one, but if you're in that mood, and then you see something out of the ordinary, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but see,
What are you doing?
But
So-
over the years, though, I've gotten better about that. When I see that, I don't.
As have I.
It doesn't bother me.
As have I. True. Like, I walked in on
It
Thursday.
doesn't faze me.
The first thing that I walk into is Anthony telling me to shut the fuck up.
Ooh.
Like, at the kitchen table. Shut the fuck up, man. I could hear Becky. and I just didn't. I'm like, oh, she's got this one. I just left it alone. Like,
Really?
yeah. She was all over him. I was like, yeah, she's got this one. And,
See, that's a tough one for me to walk away from.
well, if she, now, to be fair, had she not said something, maybe I would have said, but she was right. Boom. You
That's
don't.
what, I don't care that he curses. I hate when he curses at.
Yeah, I know Becky had every right to be pissed. Yeah, I'm
right.
totally on her side here. But, like,
No, I'm
she
talking about.
yeah.
That's one of the things that sets me off. I think.
And most of the time it would set me off.
Yeah.
But I was like, Becky jumped on it already, so I'm like, I'll just leave it alone. Because I'm like, I knew where I was. I'm like, I'll just make this 100 times worse. Because I was already mad as shit because of how my day went. So I'm like, I'm just gonna make this 100 times worse. I'm not. This isn't gonna get better. Yeah. So she's arguing with him about that. I just went upstairs and changed. So she came down. She goes, "Why didn't you say that?" I'm like, "I figured you had it. Did you want me to jump in while you were letting him have it? I mean, I didn't want to interrupt you. You were heading in the right direction, so I wasn't stopping you." And that's how I handled it. So now, have I always handled it that way? No. So that's what I'm saying. But I understand when a parent snaps, because it usually something was building up to that, and then the kid did the wrong thing at the wrong time. Yeah. And what if it's something that you've warned them on repeatedly and they're still doing it? That's even worse. Then you really blow a gasket. So
a lot of parenting tonight.
Yeah,
a lot of parenting.
We were talking. Well, you had a rough day.
Yep.
So we're trying to.
I just
Sarah,
wish I hadn't made it rougher.
And again, I understand.
That's the key.
I understand you feeling that way, but in the moment, it's hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But I think like that's the key, and that's what.
Show me the parent that never snaps.
No, I know. I know. I'm not saying that. It's just like when you think about it, it doesn't serve you well to do it. You know.
I would say that again. That
you're fucking your own day up.
I would say it depends.
I know. It's just like people tell you all the time. It's not what happens to you; it's how you react to what happens to you. Like that's a very common saying.
Mm-hmm.
But goddamn, I hate when I don't follow it. I hate when I don't follow
You're only human.
Yep. I'm only human.
And again, I get it. I've been there. And it's like, well, it's not the first time this has happened. So
probably won't be the last.
Nope. Very good chance won't be the last time. Ain't gonna be our last rodeo. Rodeo season never ends when you ever notice that? When you're a parent, rodeo season never ends. There's never an off season for rodeos. They're gonna multiple times a week they're gonna fucking do something that's gonna drive you nuts. It never ends. But it doesn't matter where you are either. It happens on vacation at some point. Maybe they're good for a couple days and then nothing happens. It never ends.
Yeah.
There's no off season for the rodeo that is
the ebb and flow that is
the rodeo.
Parenthood.
Parenthood, yes. Or as I like to call it, the rodeo.
The rodeo. Yeah, it wasn't. You brought the rodeo up very late.
I did.
So I was confused when you started talking about the rodeo.
Well,
but now I understand.
You understand? I have weird metaphors for things.
Well, I know, but like we had talked about families for so long, I would have expected to hear the rodeo sooner in the.
Well, I am stoned.
True.
Be thankful it came up at all.
I don't know that I'm thankful.
I'm channeling my inner JJ Redick. Be thankful that I got to it after my 2-hour soliloquy on where I was trying to go with it.
You know, it's been an interesting 6 weeks being part of the engagement farming business.
What?
And when it comes down to it, I just don't give a fuck.
And you're like mushroom cloud, and you're like, whoa.
I give a fuck about
that is
coach.
not what I was expecting him to say at all.
I give a fuck about being a good coach.
He blew my mind.
Yeah.
Holy
Total left field.
That's a fucking scenario I never thought was possible.
Out of left field.
Woo!
F-bomb.
Damn, this motherfucker's deep. Damn.
An F-bomb off the top rope.
He's Kyrie Irving.
A Macho Randy Savage elbow F-bomb.
He's Kyrie deep.
A leg drop F-bomb.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are.
I mean, just you didn't expect it, and just a haymaker of I don't give a fuck.
People's elbow haymaker. People's elbow.
A DDT.
A DDT.
F-bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, one of the most powerful uses of the F word that we've seen probably in American sports history.
I think so. It's got to be top 1,000.
No, and you could tell it really came from the heart.
I mean, if it's top 1,000, it's got to be top 10, somewhere there.
You could tell he wasn't trying to be condescending at all. I mean, it was.
The man's soul. He's genuine. He really looked into his soul. He showed us his soul.
Yeah.
He really did. He's deep.
Yeah.
Deep thinker.
He was honest.
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
Emotional.
Almost to a fault.
Vulnerable, would you say?
There was some vulnerability there. I think so.
Yeah, vulnerability because of the insecurity.
Yeah. The motherfucker better win 50.
Well, oh yeah, I'm not going to bring it up.
I mean,
well, LeBron's agent said he would consider taking a pay cut. Did you see that?
If they could find
If
the
they
right
could get a
talent,
player.
yes, I did.
If not, you know what?
Might as well keep it.
Give me that max.
Since we're gonna suck anyway, might as well get paid for it.
Oh, can't find a player, can you? Well, why don't you go ahead and give me that max?
I'll just be taking that $62 million a year off your hands.
Wow.
Gotta spend it somewhere. I'll spend it on me.
But
But LeBron, we can't pay your son. Ah! Who do you think pays for all this shit now?
Like you think like Bronny doesn't make a salary, it just goes into
Bronny doesn't make
LeBron's account. That'd be fucked up.
It goes right to LeBron's account.
Yo, dude, have you seen all these Thanasis Antetokounmpo memes?
Oh, because he blows. Yeah, he's
Well, because he's probably worse than Bronny, I would think.
I don't know. I've never seen him.
You haven't seen Thanasis play?
Not
Dude,
really.
there's clips of him just embarrassing the shit out of himself. There's one from this year of him just like him getting an 8-second violation in the backcourt, and they showed Dame Lillard on the bench, and he's trying not to laugh in front of Giannis. Like he looks to his left like this. He was like, and then he just kind of like puts his smile away.
This dumbass is
Oh
your
my
brother.
god. These
Okay,
guys.
I think we know how he got here.
Yeah. So you know that scene at the end of
Oh God.
you know the scene at the end of Dark Knight Rises
Yeah.
when what's the butler's name?
Alfred.
Alfred's in France
Oh,
at the
yeah.
little cafe,
Yeah.
and he's ordering,
Yeah.
and he looks up and he sees Christian Bale, and they both go. So there's all these memes out there
Yeah.
that says Thanasis seeing Bronny at the potluck. The two nepo babies like, yeah, my brother got me in here.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad did.
My dad
So,
did. Yeah, I mean, look.
I hope Bronny does well, but
Oh, this kid's got enormous pressure on him.
yeah.
This might be worse because of who his dad is. Like when LeBron came out in 20, whenever it was, he had a lot of pressure on him. He was. But he wasn't following in someone's footsteps. He wasn't. He was just the next
Not his
great.
dad's.
No, he didn't have the pressure of that. Like, but his son now. I mean, you hope he does well.
But
You do. I don't want to see anything bad happen. To
But the
kid.
thing is, I don't think the world is putting that pressure on him now. It's probably him and his dad.
Well,
and just
you kind of when you do something the way they did it, you kind of put the bullseye on your back.
but nobody expects Bronny to be great.
Oh, that's not true.
Him and LeBron might.
There are some people that have said this kid has the potential to be an all-star. I've heard that from a couple of people. Not many,
Ooh.
but a couple. Nick Wright. But again, I love Nick Wright because he makes me look like a fucking genius. Because he's a donkey. He's a donkey of the highest order. He goes, they're gonna have another LeBron to deal with over the next 20 years. I'm like, oh my god.
Really?
Oh yeah, Nick wrong. I'm like, are you serious? The kid couldn't crack the starting lineup of a 15 and 18 college team, and this kid's gonna change basketball now because his dad's gonna coach him. Really?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I hope he plays well, though.
No, I hope he doesn't embarrass himself. I hope he has a good career.
cool if he's
But
a role
to
player on the Lakers.
To expect him to be his father.
Nobody does, though.
Oh, Nick Wright does.
Okay.
Nick Wright does.
Nick Wright and no one else.
Well, obviously the Bronze fans do. Most of his fans do. They're not job ones do.
Oh, man, that breeze.
That's clutch, isn't it? See, when you
No, clutch is not. No, we've already been deserted for 2 hours.
when you sip them slow,
The wind will blow.
will blow, and then you'll know.
That you can end the show.
It's time to end. We should end on that because honestly, there's nowhere to go after that.
The wind will blow.
And then you'll know. It's time
to end the show.
Anyway, you guys enjoy your.
I guess we should end every show like that now.
Should. Well, the wind has to blow.
Well, no.
Or how
it
will we
doesn't-
know?
It doesn't. We would just have it. So, how did it start again?
What? The
What-
wind. What? How does it end?
How did that start? What was the phrase?
Sip them slow.
Sip 'em when you sip 'em slow, the wind
Will
will blow,
and then you'll know. It's time to
It's
end.
time to end the show.
There it is. There it is, America. Right there. So, I don't know what else. After that, I'm good. So, for the redoubtable himself, Thomas J. is out of question one. You guys enjoy Sunday. Sip 'em slow. Slow sip 'em. Wait, how do you say it?
Sip 'em slow.
Sip 'em slow.
When you sip 'em slow, the wind will blow. and then you'll know.
And what did I say?
It's time to end the show.
Slowly sipping?
Slow sipping Sunday.
Slow sipping
It's
Sunday.
not ever going to be
I
that.
like that. Slow sipping Sunday. Enjoy slow sipping Sunday.
Dude, you can barely get it out. It's like
Slow sipping Sunday.
slow flipping Sunday.
Slow sipping Sunday.
Yeah, you can barely
Slow
say-
slipping. It's like one of those. Slow
slip-
slipping Sunday.
It's not slow
Slipping.
slipping.
Slow sipping.
See, you can barely even say it.
That even
You
makes
sound
it
like
better.
Joe Biden right now.
Slow sipping.
It was a joke. It was a
Did I
joke.
fall
It was
asleep
a
on the set?
joke.
Did I fall asleep on the set, America? I don't think so.
Imagine, what do you think Biden would say if you asked him to say slow sipping Sunday?
Well, I don't know because you probably fall asleep
Here
in
we
the
go.
middle of
Here
your
we
time.
go. Well, we beat Medicare.
I mean, we beat.
I mean, and then we did the thing for COVID. Oh my God. Slow slipping.
That was pain.
It's
I
a
felt.
slow
I
flipping
actually.
thing.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah, it was
I'm not.
fun.
I'm not a Democrat. I don't care for the man that much, but I don't want to see a human being reduced to that.
I
It's
am a
sad.
Democrat.
It's sad. You feel bad for him as a person, as a man. You feel bad for him because by all accounts he's a good person. So
I am a demigod, and I feel
So,
bad for him too.
I'm not, but I feel bad for him. So as a person, moral-wise, you hope they do the right thing by him. That's all. Do the right thing by him, whatever it is. Because honestly, if you don't take care of that man after all he's done for the country, then you don't get what matters. You really don't. They should not be pushing him back out there again to do this.
Mm-hmm.
If they really care about the man, they'll help him. They will not let this happen because it's going to look bad if it does. It just is. So, hey man, we'll end on that. You guys enjoy your Sunday. We will see you Monday night or Tuesday, probably Tuesday. We'll see. Unless you know what though, if this game tomorrow is a Donnie, if this freaking basketball game,
Tarazi Clark.
this could be a classic tomorrow. There is the chance. They don't like each other.
Fever have to start winning again.
Yeah, they do. They've been a bit of a slump, and she's got to shoot more in the
Yeah.
clutch, and we'll see what she's learned. But I tell you what, I love the way she's handling herself. She doesn't get enough credit for that. And look, if you're being, Stephen A's right with this. If you're not being criticized, you're doing something wrong. So she's doing a lot right.
That's what Stephen A. said about
Yeah.
it.
But anyway, he's like, if you're not getting criticized, you're doing something wrong. It means you're irrelevant. Nobody cares. So obviously you must be doing something right
Yeah.
for somebody to come, oh, wait, that's not how it's going on. So she's doing a lot right. And hopefully it continues. Anyway, we'll check. If that's a Donnybrook tomorrow, it might come on tomorrow. We'll find out. But
Yeah, we'll see.
expect us Tuesday. Otherwise, for the double one himself, highly questionable. And you know the drill, boys and girls.
2 L's and guns.
I've got 2 guns.
One for each of you.